Rook, real quick, I don't think the stream can hear you.
You don't have any audio on stream?
Hey,
now
everybody.
I just sound insane.
It's fantastic. Anyway, it worked great. It worked great for me otherwise, because I'll let you know that you started talking. This was a dead silent channel. You started going. You were full blast. That gave me a heart attack.
Amazing.
That gave me the biggest jump scare of my life.
I'm so glad I could jump scare you personally, but not be heard at all on stream. Hey, everybody. No, it's good. Hi, stream. I was just feeling a little shy coming off of the game show. Okay. Now you're good. That was me. That was my tech setup. Let's take this again, although I could listen to Sam talk to himself all the rest of this. And Wrath, thank you for trying to interject, as I was just on a roll, trying to save me from myself, but there was no saving me. No, you're great. You did great, and I appreciate you. Hi, chat. How's it going? Welcome back officially to LunarCon 2023. It was For real this time. You should all be able to hear me. I'm Rook, one of your hosts who only sometimes accidentally mutes herself. You also might know me as Rookery Online. We were just here for Sarah Winter's actually game show look-alike, which was Wait a Sec, which we just did. We got to learn a lot of different things about Final Fantasy lore and nitpick all sorts of vernacular as we went through each of those different tidbits. Huge thanks again to our VIPs on that. And we're coming in now to bring to all of you our submissions and winners for this year's GMV, Machinima, and screenshot contests here for LunarCon. I am joined by Sam Talks, who you could hear previously. Hello, Sam. Hello again.
Yeah, hello, Rook. Now that we can actually have a conversation with each other, trust me, everyone, I wasn't going insane. Just talking to myself, even though I do that all the time. Not actually this time, though. So, Rook, I'm great.
I'm so glad. And like we were talking about, everybody in chat, it probably just sounded like Sam was just praising himself excessively. But like I was saying to Sam is great. We love Sam. Always happy to be on desk with you and really excited to go through all of these entries with you. I see in chat the question, are we going to get the links for the videos? As far as I know, they will not be posted, but we will be sharing them here with you. So you'll be able to watch live with us as we go through all of these. Those submissions may be up on the LunarCon website as well. I would check there. But as far as I know, we'll be broadcasting them for you here and now. So you'll be able to enjoy or take a look at them even later. And we are joined by two wonderful guest judges, one of whom tried desperately to let me know that I was muted. Thank you so much, Wrath. Would you like to let everybody know about who you are now and what you do online and all that good stuff?
Rook?
Yes. No, please don't tell me that I'm muted again.
You
don't even. Okay, oh my gosh.
Hello, gamers. It is I, Wrath. Anyway, good to see you. Welcome. It's good. I am the funny Final Fantasy XIV solo main. I do the really stupid, ridiculous challenge stuff, and I make videos. That's it. And sometimes I stream, I guess.
That's good.
What was I talking about?
No, that's great. You did it. You nailed it, Raph. Nailed it.
Okay, great. Fantastic. I kind of forgot what the question was that you asked, so I was just hoping that that was not unprompted.
No, you're great. I mean, that's pretty much how we all handle talking in any kind of hosting. If you forget, you just keep going, and you hope that eventually you answered what it was you were supposed to answer, you know? So that was great. And we're also joined by Cider Spider. Cider, are you going to be joining us on voice here so that we can chat with you about all these entries? Yes, I see that you've been...
Yes, hello, yes.
Yes, hello. Wow. Whew. I heard your deep voice earlier, but now my ears are being soothed again by it. Would you like to let everybody know a little bit about yourself and your perspective as a judge or things you're going to be doing at the convention?
Yeah, sure. So basically, I'm Cider Spider. My entire existence centers around getting a really high achievement point score, and nothing else matters to me. But mostly, I just complain a lot on the internet. I complain on Twitch, and I complain on YouTube. And sometimes I make dumb videos that are mostly slideshows and require the least amount of editing talent you could possibly imagine. So I'm judging a Machinima contest where people are absolutely blowing it out of the water with editing talent. So, yeah.
Cider, don't sell yourself short. You know what? You do what you do so
It's
well.
pretty hard putting those images in order, yeah.
Look, I don't disagree, and I think it's really brave what you do, and it's just really impressive. It's inspiring to all of us, honestly.
No, I'm just really glad to be here, though. I love LunarCon. I love the community. It's an absolute blast every time, so yeah.
Well, we are so glad to have you too. And everybody, we are really looking forward to getting to talk about all the submissions that we had. We're going to jump into these here very soon. But as always, just a reminder to all of you, these contests are in good fun. We have a great opportunity to see the creativity and the passion that so many of us as players have for the game. So if you ever get the inkling to submit to any of these, please be sure to. As next year's LunarCon comes up, assuming we have a LunarCon, we'll see, but if you see it pop up again and there are contests like this, please enter. We always love to see it, no matter how good you think you are or not, whether or not you're over here like Cider and you're just putting still images together back to back. Don't undersell yourself, because that's fantastic as well, and we'd love to see it. I mean, obviously a lot of people want to see what you do, Cider, so I mean, like, you know, and rather you guys, you're doing great, so we would love to see it.
I've been put here against my will. I don't know what's happening.
Wrath, shh, you're not supposed to say that while we're alive.
Yeah, right.
Sorry. Yeah, it's good. It's so good. That was so much fun.
No, it's been amazing already. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in. We have our GMV to kick us off. Now, as a reminder to everybody, like we said, please submit for things. This year, one of the only contests that we actually did not get many submissions for, in fact we got one submission for, was the GMV or game music video contest, which was kind of surprising to me, Sam. It seems like I'm always making movies in my head to music. I don't know, if I had the skill, I would totally make a GMV.
Yeah, I guess that's the difficulty, right? Of you have it in your head, but how do you translate that into the real world? But obviously, you know, when it comes to these GMVs, I would say that getting everything set up, I feel, is like a step above versus what you might see, say, with like a cosplay contest or something like that. Not to say that they aren't hard work, but GMVs, I feel, are just like a little bit of a different beast when it comes to actually organizing them. But still, hey, we got that one entry, and that one entry, I am feeling like it's going to be a banger.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, thank you again to everybody who submitted to any of our contests. And like you said, being able to realize something that you have in your mind that you want to share with others that is meaningful to you is definitely a big part of GMVs, especially as we've all seen in 14, how music can move us so deeply and tell part of our stories or highlight the action or emotional moments in a game. So the submission that we did have is one here that is called Meteon's Dream. This is Meteon's Dream, and our submitter, Zoe Newbell, really wanted to communicate how much Meteon as a character meant to them, and the journey that Meteon took meant to them in the game itself. So a little bit of warning to everybody that if you haven't played Endwalker, this is going to feature or at least allude to a character pertaining to that. And Zoe shared that this is meant to be a dreamy retelling of Meteon's journey through the stars in search of light and hope, and that because this is a narrative-based game and music and videos, like, you know, kind of tie in together, that they actually wrote the song themselves that is a part of this, and they wanted it to be, you know, just like all of the incredible work that Soken or Uematsu has done for this game, to be something that was a part of their journey and that spoke to Meteon. They wrote and recorded all of the music, and all of the drawings and music and editing are by them as well, and it was all captured on a PS4, which is great because we have that flexibility between console and PC. So we're going to go ahead and pull this one up here so that you can all watch.
What the heck did you just... So there was a lot there.
Yes,
that
yeah.
I'm trying to digest at the moment. First, this is a PS4 player.
Yes.
Absolutely the hardest way to make this look good. So that's incredible already. Already in love with this. And you said they wrote this song themselves for this?
They did. They wrote this themselves and recorded it. So it's played by them and recorded and written by them. Yeah.
All right, start the video. I need to see.
Yeah, we gotta play the tape. Play the tape.
All right. Now, really quickly, just to ask here, can our judges see the video in their perspective? Can you see that yourself?
I can see the LunarCon game.
Okay, here, let me go ahead and make sure that I get this for all of you.
By the way, you're all looking amazing out there.
You are looking great.
Good waves.
All right, here we go. Thank you all for bearing with us as we deal with technology in our limited but earnest way. All right, and now everybody on stream, you should be able to see this as well. So we're going to go ahead and get this started, and we'll play through this. Medion's Dream by Zoe Newbell. beautiful. Oh my
Hi.
gosh.
Hi, how's it going?
Yeah, we're all fine,
was-
right? Everyone's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I need a few minutes here, I think, to.
Go for it.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm really glad I wasn't
Come
the
back
only
from
one that was literally choking up. I was like, I don't know, we're gonna come back soon, and I'm just gonna be crying.
That
Yeah, it's really good.
Beautiful. That was a fantastic video.
It's gorgeous. I don't know, Cider, did you have any thoughts watching through it here that you wanted to share?
I feel like I have a lot to say about it, probably too much even. But like,
Yeah.
I want to start. I just say like I'm actually kind of surprised that we only got the one entry because back in the day, I all my life have basically played RuneScape. I'm like an old RuneScape player, and if you guys remember what YouTube used to be like in like 2007. It was 50% RuneScape music videos. It's like the worst game ever to make a music video in, right? It's the least cinematic game you can imagine. And so, with a game like Final Fantasy, there's so much more that you can do. And like, I'm kind of surprised that we didn't get more. But I will say that out of all the entries we could have got as our only entry, I don't think we could have done better, For this to be the only entry, we're doing pretty well. Imagine if it was like the Macarena or like a Linkin Park song or something, This is something that they put the whole song together themselves. All the art, all the editing, like everything. So like you could tell like really a lot of care and passion went into it, and it was just fantastic. I mean, absolutely fantastic choice of shots. I liked all the weird like psychedelic blends into different scenes, and
It really brought me back to the old like Windows 98, Windows 7 music player, and the weird effects you would have with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also I think that anybody here from my stream chat would be really disappointed in me if I didn't make an obscure metal reference. So I just want to say I'm a huge fan of Devin Townsend, and the music to me sounds like something straight off of Empath by Devin Townsend. So if you know what that is, then you know. But
I have no idea.
to bring it up, it was a really, really good song, though. I didn't know when I first saw that the creator of the video also made the music. So I was really impressed with that. That was really good.
Put on a
I think
PS4.
I've taken a proper amount of time to recover.
Yes, yes. Have you wiped your
now that-
tears?
Now that I feel like I can properly breathe through my nose, it's hard to follow that upsider because you really had a full coverage of how I felt with that. But that was not considering the music, not considering the shots that they had, but that video forced your attention. The contrasting transitions from that light to dark was incredibly pulling. There wasn't a second during that video when I thought about the time, when I thought about how much longer is in this. It started and then it ended. And that is a fantastic video if you can pull that off with anything.
Yeah, completely agree. I mean, this was just so beautifully done and so subtle in a lot of ways, from the actual musical choice with that single kind of guitar, the little soundscape kind of in the background. We got that bit with the waves and things like that. And then as well, just the imagery. I mean, when I was first seeing this was going to be about Medion, I assumed they would have used like all the cutscenes of Medion, but in a way, it's almost more impactful that the only moment we really see is that hand touch and then that kind of flight away, and instead see all of the things that Medion herself saw. And it got me just so intensely, that contrast, like you were saying, from the dark to the light. I mean, Sam, did you have any thoughts off of this one? Have you recovered? Have you wiped your eyes?
Yeah, I've wiped my eyes. I've managed to reorient myself back into a state where I can actually form cohesive words again. It was, I mean, basically the three of you have pretty much hit the nail on the head about, I think, how we all feel about that song. Something that can evoke such emotion, especially for myself. I'm not the biggest Final Fantasy 14 player, but I still was able to pick up on the beats, and I was still able to evoke emotion, right? Evoke the feelings I haven't felt in years. So I really think that it speaks a lot to the creativity of the person who made this. And once again, making it all on a PS4, it's like in and of itself a miracle. And then to have gone even further beyond and create what they did, Rook, it was nothing short of spectacular.
I agree. Absolutely beautiful work. And again, in case anybody missed it or you just came in while we were going through that, this was our GMV submission for our GMV contest, which is basically, I saw a lot of people saying like AMVs in the chat, everybody talking about it. Yes, basically a music video here, but for a game, our GMV. And this was Meteon's Dream by Zoe Newbell. I also see that they are in the chat. Thank you so much for submitting this. It was a real journey and just so beautifully done. I don't know, Cider, did you have any other thoughts about this now that we've sat with it for a second?
I think I'm mostly late. I guess I could go slightly more into detail. First of all, I just want to say that every time I hear Zoe Newbell, I just think of Zoe Numa, like the sage skills. The giant heal bomb. That's 900 heal potency to the whole party. You should know. But yeah, no, I like the way that it's like you said, it doesn't really show like any of the media and cutscenes. It's just all you get is a hand, and then the rest, it's you're basically watching through Median's eyes. So it kind of really drives home the loneliness of that story, and then you obviously get the contrast of the first half is all just utter devastation, whether intentional or not, and then we get that climactic moment with that first shooting star effect, and it like matches perfectly with the music, and it was really well done. And then it kind of turns around, and we slowly see just all the beauty of things. And yeah, it was just wonderfully executed, like basically all the way through.
Yeah, it was so well done and just very like thoughtfully composed, thoughtfully put together. I mean, like we mentioned, we only had this one GMV submission. So everybody, we encourage you, please make some incredible GMVs that will make us cry or laugh or feel whatever feeling for next year. But this one is so deserving of the prize, and I'm so happy that we got to see it. And they will be going home with our first place prize here of 20 million gil, as well as a half-body 90s anime art piece by Benicia Draws. So, I mean, thank you so much for submitting, but even with you being the only one, this was still such a beautiful AMV. And Wrath, I mean, we've all shared a lot of thoughts on this, but Wrath, did you have anything final that you wanted to add?
There's two ways you can look at this real quick, just with how everything has gone here. You can look at this and say that even if there were other music videos in here, I still think that this was a very strong push. This would likely have still placed in the top 3. You can also look at it from another angle, that this won first place. All you have to do is put something together that you're confident in, just feel good about it, and submit to next year's, and you might get a prize no matter what. But it'll be a wonderful time.
And hey, 20 mil, that'll get you a medium house in most wars.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
I've heard that, and I was like, wow, is it too late for me to enter something? I got Linkin Park songs on the hard drive, probably.
Yeah, you can make it Binkin Bark, maybe, so that we don't get DMCA, right? Just do like a different version of it. An artistic interpretation of Linkin Park's music.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, maybe like Rise? Rise, is that the name of it?
Oh, there you go. Yeah. That would work.
Sonic Boom, what's that song called? You guys know the one.
Sonic Boom,
oh,
Sonic
yes.
Boom, Sonic Boom.
Well, thank you again so much to Zoe for submitting this. Thank you as well to our judges, Cider, Spider, and Wrath, for weighing in and sharing your thoughts. Now, I know Cider is going to be sticking around for Machinima that's coming up, but Wrath, is there any final thoughts, anything about yourself or any events that you're going to be doing the rest of this weekend at LunarCon that you'd like to share before we say goodbye, even though it was so brief here?
It's pronounced machinist, not machinist. Thank you very much for your time.
Oh my
It was
God.
great to see you. I have the panel tonight. I have the meet and greet tomorrow. See you later, gamers.
Now, Wrath, I am getting a note here from Crystal that if you'd like, you're welcome to stay with us for our next contest. But, no worries since you didn't have to judge it. But it's up to you.
No
You're welcome to
pressure.
stay.
I know what that means. If Crystal's saying I'm welcome to stay, then
that means you better stay.
I could stay. Yeah, I would love to.
Crystal sent a very threatening image, and then no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. We mean it. You are welcome to depart if you'd like, but we'd love to have your insights if you'd like to stick around for Machinima as well. But I
gave a pretty final kind of runaway sort of statement there, but I'm gonna stick around anyway. So now you have to deal with me knowing that I pronounce it Machinist.
Machinist. I mean,
so is it Machinima now? Is that what's going on?
I mean, I'm pretty sure isn't it Machinima technically?
Yeah, it's Machinima.
Machinima. I always have said it Machinima. I don't know why, but it is Machinima. But you know what? Mechanist, Mechanist, Machinist. You can all say whatever you want. You know what?
It's Machinist, you go fast. That's the only choice.
Machinist.
And by machinist.
And with that, I guess we'll go ahead and move on here to our next contest, the Machinima contest.
Machinist.
That we have. The Machinist contest.
Yes.
Machinima.
We had a good handful of entries for this one, so we've got a lot to watch. We'll go ahead and show you all the runners-up to begin with, and then we will get to our third, second, and finally the reveal of our first place winners. But for those of you who may not know, basically the idea here is to do something akin to using the in-game assets, using your characters to essentially create a short movie or a short episode. I'm sure most of you are familiar with this, but with that we had, some guidelines and rules, of course, that you had to use the game as it was. You could do some editing and things like that, obviously, as well. Put your own post effects in, but this is all sort of stories that have been created and told here in the game by all of you, capturing footage of your characters and manipulating it to tell a narrative for all of us. So we're going to go ahead and we will pull up our first one here. And we'll roll into it. All right. So first up, we have Hildebrand's Adventure. This was submitted by Yuki Mizuno, and it is a recap of Hildebrand's adventures thus far in the game. So let me go ahead and get this playing for everybody. We'll pull it up.
Is Stream supposed to be able to see it?
Stream should be able to see it right now.
They cannot.
Now they should be able to.
Oh, no.
Do you see
the
now?
Emphasis on the
Thank you, though.
Absolutely fantastic.
Listen, Rook, after we couldn't hear you, we got to make sure.
No,
you guys
please.
can hear Rook.
Please just keep tabs on me. I was feeling so good. I felt like I'd unmuted everywhere I was supposed to, but there's always something. There's always something. So keep tabs on it, everybody. You can be my raid leads for this portion of LunarCon.
Happily.
All right, let's play this one, and we're going to get into it. Here we go, everybody. All right, so there we are.
Welcome to-
Sorry, you're going to hear something else go in the background for a second.
The complete story.
The complete story.
Are we allowing 3-hour-long videos in the Machinima contest? That's great.
Yeah, why not?
Just recap it all. Just recap it all. You know what?
Very cute.
Yeah.
That was
Loved that. It took me a second to realize that was the boys from Ed, Ed, and Eddie.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
Lord.
gosh, I did not put two
The
and two
double D
together.
was perfect. It was perfect. As soon as
Well,
I
he
realized
had
it was
hair,
flawless.
so-
Yeah, well, okay, maybe as perfect as you can be.
I wonder. Maybe
it's
they made it
really
before the hats came out from that. What's that Criterion collection called? It's got the Smurf hat. You know the one.
Yeah. It's not. Anyway, great.
Yeah, I mean, it was a fun jaunt down memory lane, of course. The Hildebrand quests are some of those quests that I think when you first discover them as a new player in the game, you have this moment of, why are these here? Just for fun? They're just like funny? This is just meant to be a funny, hilarious thing that I get to enjoy. And I remember I at least had that moment where I was so delighted by how much fun this game can have with its story. Not just the serious parts, not just, things that we all want to work towards for being an MMO player, like grinding something out or the content or all that kind of stuff, but to just have quests that are there for the humor, for the fun, for pushing the animation to the limit to see what they can get away with, to, emotionally devastate us in the next expansion. But it's really fun to see a little recap of that. I don't know, Cider, what were some of your thoughts on this one, going into it a little bit more?
Yeah, it definitely does serve as a pretty solid recap of ARR Hildebrand. I mean, pretty much get a step-by-step through the story, so there's that. I will say I was left with the, more than anything, after watching this the first time, my mind was just filled with the question of, where did this idea come from? Because, I could kind of see it, like Ed, Ed, and Eddie crossed with Hildebrand. It kind of makes sense. It's a pretty similar style of just wacky nonsense, right? But I couldn't help but wonder, just how did this come about? Like, what prompted this? And I feel like it's got to be one of those things where just like a really deep in joke, or just those wacky scenarios with your friends where you just come up with like just the most outlandish idea. But yeah, no, it was pretty fun. It was one of those things where really catches you off guard. Like you would never expect these two streams to cross, so to say. So yeah, definitely brings back good childhood memories. I think you lose points for not having Naz. Maybe in the Heavensward arc. Maybe if you do Heavensward arc, you can have Naz and Kevin and Ralph and Johnny and all of them in there.
Yep. And Wrath, this was your first time seeing it.
Yeah, it was. I apologize for cutting you off there. But it's been wonderful that as we're talking through this, Hildebrand has been the focus on stream for your iCam.
I know. It's decided to just fixate on him as though it knows that we just watched the Hildebrand recap.
A little creepy that the idle camera just knows.
It truly does.
It just knows.
Yeah. First time getting the chance to see it. That was wonderful. That was very cute. Gave me some very warm and fuzzy feelings. I give it a high quality 10 out of 10. Loved it. I'm taking a nap.
Well, it doesn't get much better than that. I mean, all right, great. Well,
no, it doesn't.
This was the very beginning, and this is how I judge everything. It's 10 out of 10, and it's all there.
It's honestly, yeah, it's incredible that you did pick winners, or that you were able to offer yourself that way as a judge here. But
thankfully, I didn't have to pick winners for this one. Somebody else did, so I could just gush about everything.
Yeah, Wrath just gets to sit back and enjoy and not have to worry about hurting feelings and the pressures that come along with it. No, it was a great video though. It really was, Rook. It's kind of a whiplash moment though, right? Like we went from that emotional music video to the Ed Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely a tonal shift that we had there between those two. And we have more coming even with Machinima. But I have to ask you, Sam, now with your limited experience in 14, have you played the Hildebrand quests yet? Do you even know what we're referencing?
Have no clue what's going on, but I laugh. And that's all that matters.
Well, honestly, that sounds just like Hildebrand. He has no idea and he laughs too. So
Well, that's the thing, though, right? When you're watching this video, I still was able to pick up on funny bits, and I was able to get an idea of what was going on. So when you're looking at a Machinima video, if you're able to make someone who doesn't know what's going on still evoke emotion, that is a good video.
Yes. Totally agree with you. And I see, you know what, Sam, you're not alone. I see some in chat who also have not gone through these side quests. You do need to do them. Get in there, especially if you want to do the most recent relic. They're good for a laugh. They're good for a fun time. And they've definitely become something that is a beloved meme in the community. So Yuki, well done on that. It was a lot of fun to revisit a part of this game that has brought a lot of laughs to so many of us. Next up, we have an entry by Aika Baltazar. This one was highly praised by a lot of our judges, and although it's in our runners-up, there were some very positive things, and we'll talk more about this as we get into it. This is Final Fantasy XIV Untold Tales of the Crystal, and they described a little bit here that they wanted to kind of create a fan-made trailer in the style of a visual novel using a combination of in-game emotes, animation, motion captures, and screenshots. So let's go ahead and get this up and see how it all came together. Here we go. I'm going to go ahead and get it. There we go. Beautiful.
I'd buy it. Already got the pre-order done.
Yeah, once again, 10 out of 10. Absolutely loved it. Very, 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 very cute. Very, very perfect to the visual novel feeling that they were going for. I think the text boxes they picked were really a great choice for the subtle visuals they were using. It was a masterpiece. We'll give it a 10 out of 10. I'm taking a nap. I'll see you in a bit.
Well, Wrath is napping. Cider, do you want to share any of your thoughts about that one?
Yeah, sure. So, like, I want to say I really like the idea of just kind of diving into smaller stories and just little things that you don't really think as much about, like what a character who's still an adventurer but not necessarily the hero of the entire world, like what their day-to-day life might be. And that's like something we used to get a lot back in like early ARR and like Heavensward. Like in the earlier expansions, they used to kind of dive into that stuff more. There was like the little NPCs that you would see outside of dungeons and stuff like that, and I feel like we've kind of drifted away from that. So like this really invokes a sort of nostalgia in a way, and it just kind of like really does a good job of highlighting like just little bits of life that the world can also have to it outside of just whatever the Warrior of Light, is doing. And I also want to say that as a Scholar main, I recognize the victory / battle pose emotes that were used to get the reading book effects. That was very, very clever. It was very well utilized. Scholars are still winning. Everybody should play Scholar. And yeah, all around though, yeah, just love the theme of this one. Love the idea of it, and I thought the execution was really well handled.
Yeah, it's very charming, and I agree absolutely with what both of you said in the sense of having some of those smaller scale stories. I mean, there are many people, myself included in this community, who enjoy all content in this game, from casual, including RP, to hardcore. And part of why I think we want to engage with those stories is because for as many stories as we get in the game through the actual quests, there are 1,000 more that we'll never know, be it just the journey of one individual player or all of the other characters that fill out this world that we just might not get as main NPCs, or who might just be that baker, or exactly what we saw in this video. And so I think I found that incredibly charming myself. And yes, the use of those sort of like internal thought speech bubbles versus the normal text bubbles that we see, absolutely added to the overall experience. And I think a lot of the sound effects, even with the book, I like the punctuation of closing the book or flipping the pages or that kind of audio. It was a really nice touch overall. Now, Sam, what did you think about this one?
Now, see, what I said earlier when I would pre-order it, because this feels like something that Square would make, like, for the Nintendo Switch, like a side game, right? Like a cozy game. That you would be able to play like kind of like Stardew Valley, and that's kind of the vibes I was getting out of it. And that, to me, I really enjoyed it for that vibe that it was going for, and the visual novel aspect I think was really well done. I really enjoyed watching it, and it made, like I said, it just makes me want to go out and actually play something like this, just at the very least for get the coziness going, you know, of not being a Warrior of Light and just relaxing, doing, not relaxing necessarily per se, but, you know, experiencing a different side of life.
Just being a person. Yeah, just being a person. Not like any of us have any experience with that in our day-to-day lives, but yeah, I love the novelty.
Definitely not.
Exactly, right? I love the novelty of just being a person in this world that gets to live in this fantasy landscape and kind of experience it. I really enjoyed that one myself personally, and I think it was a lovely entry. So thank you again so much for giving us this perspective in a different way. And that was, one more time, Final Fantasy XIV Untold Tales of the Crystal by Aika Baltazar. Now, our next one up is an entry featuring Crystal Conflict. Now, we've got Crystalline Conflict PvP happening all this weekend, but this is a little bit different here. This is Crystal Conflict 2, and this was submitted by Kawaii Despair. They went ahead and said that this is a standalone sequel to that they sort of made, and that in this, the character Kawaii Despair wants to stop chasing PvP and help the next generation chase that dream. Meanwhile, a shadowy pair are going to do everything in their power to drag him back into PvP. So, you know, all of us who are over there like, no, I won't do one more ranked. I won't. Maybe I'll do like one more. Maybe I'll just do one more. So I can definitely relate to that. And apparently this is inspired by Battle Shonen. So we will get our background music here down. We'll go ahead and get this up, and we will play this.
Can't end on a loss.
Yeah, we'll play this for all of you. Here we go.
That's it.
There we have it.
That's all I get.
That's all you get.
All you
I'm
get,
so
Wrath.
sorry.
That's all you get in episode 2.
Come on, that was so.
You wait until
sick.
episode 3.
Oh, next LunarCon, they're giving me episode 3. That's gonna be the one. Okay, wow.
I mean, Wrath, I know we only have episode 2 here, and you really wish you could have binge watched the season, but what are your thoughts coming out of this one? How are you feeling?
I went into it and I was like, oh, okay, this is nice. And then they just started pulling out the craziest effects I've ever seen. And it's hard to understate how incredibly difficult putting those effects in and making them look good is. That was insanely impressive. That was very, very, very nice, especially towards that latter end. I would not be surprised if that took them like in tens of hours to get those bits lined up perfectly, because that was really, really
there's
nice.
the post-credit scene actually.
Oh, I've seen this as well, apparently.
Post-credit?
Now, our judges, just to let everybody know, our judges did watch all of these and have time to watch all of these. So let me see if we've got a post-credits. Maybe this will shed a little extra light here so you don't have to be in as much agony before the next episode. Let's go ahead and we're going to get this up. We're going to have the credits up. We're going to get it back on the screen. All right. It's not over yet. Here we go. What?
Oh my god!
Oh my gosh!
That was so good.
Oh, I'm really glad we got that. I'm glad we got that.
Oh no, he was wrong.
No!
Yeah, the big guy was stronger.
Can't believe this.
Plot twist.
Oh my gosh, Marvel doesn't have anything on those on that post-credit scene.
What a wonderful little extra note. That's sick.
It's great, you know?
That's great.
It keeps you on the hook. It makes you wonder, like, why were they doing this? Are they part of some sort of a hardcore PvP organization? Now, what, Sam? What?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm taking a nap until we get to until episode 4.
Agreed,
3
agreed.
comes out. Listen, I need it.
There's
I
only
need to see
one.
this.
There's only one nap couch in this Discord, okay? So we can't. I mean, if Wrath's sleeping on it, because Wrath's been taking naps in between,
Probably
you
fit
two
more
gotta
than
sort
one
this
person
out.
on there.
You can. It's up to you two.
If we like stack on top, I think it might work.
Sure.
I don't know.
Okay, sounds good. Now, Cider, since I assume you're not joining them on the nap couch, what were your thoughts about this one?
Just beforehand, though, I just want to make sure, Wrath, did you have anything else to say before I interrupted you? Or were you good?
No, you're perfect.
Okay. Yeah, sorry.
You could never do anything on Cider. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, no, I just want to say, like, I absolutely love the idea of a shonen anime about crystalline conflict. Like, it's like I don't know, the best part of every anime ever, especially a shonen, is always like the tournament arc. And with crystalline conflict, that's like the whole point, right? The whole thing is a tournament arc. So like, I would love to see more episodes of this. Sadly, I've not actually seen the first one, although this was entered as a standalone. So hopefully that's okay. I'll have to catch up on it. But yeah, no, I really, really love the idea. And I think with some more development, it could be really, really good. Sorry, my favorite part was probably the the fourth student getting absolutely obliterated by the black mage. Just completely evaporated. That's that reminds me of me casting polyglot on noobs in front lines. Always a good time. Highly recommend. And yeah, I was gonna say that as a black mage PvP main, I was offended at Kawaii Despair's insinuation that the smaller target would be the stronger one, considering the larger target was a black mage. And as you can see from the post-credit scene, he was incorrect. Black mage is actually stronger. And so yeah, you heard it here first. Black mage is greater than samurai. All right.
He likes it too
Wow.
much.
Yeah, no, all around very engaging
Yoshi's
video.
favorite child.
Yeah,
It was a
wow.
lot of fun to watch.
I mean, this was a ton of fun. It's great hearing both of your thoughts on it, and our judges also enjoyed, obviously. And while two of our judges aren't able to be with us here right now, Cider was one of them. Wrath is stepping in to add in some extra thoughts, and our other sort of judges that we had here with Pint, as well as, let me hold on, I gotta get in front of me. I had it in front of me for a second. I've got like 50 million docs open, everybody. Benedict G, our other VIP who was in here with us. They did come in, weigh in on this, judge it, and give us all their thoughts more robustly. But we are having a great time getting to share all this with all of you. And this one was a ton of fun. Kwai, it was a blast, like a very like big story. You can tell there were so many parts. I loved when the letter showed up. There's just something about like how blunt it is that just, it makes me giggle, but in that way that you're like, oh my gosh, like, are you kidding me?
They're not coming back.
Yeah, they're not coming back. And you're just sitting there like, oh. And all those little beats, I felt like it was very cheeky and very aware of what it was. And also had so much fun with that as you kind of explored this greater drama that was happening with his students and all of these, attacks against them. So it was a lot of fun to watch. And thank you again so much. For those of you who might have missed it, that was our entry by Kawaii Despair, which is Crystal Conflict 2. So thank you again for submitting. And that's going to take us to our next one. So this is a machinima called Armored Riser by Aldred Light. And they sort of shared some words with us that they wanted this short to sort of be fashioned after a good old Saturday morning tokusatsu show, but in a Final Fantasy XIV setting. And we've got that here, so we're going to pull it up and we're going to get it playing, and we'll see what this one has in store for us.
Oh my goodness, this day couldn't get any younger. Gasp! Oh, by the 12s, pray spare me mercy on this elden soul body of mine.
Stop right there.
Huh? What about all that noise? By the mother's crystals, who in the source is that bloke?
The city. It's crazy. It's unbelievable. Evil has taken root and bring terror to the citizens, and I must stop it.
I have no idea what that whippersnapper is jamming about.
Fear not, for I am here to vanquish the darkness in the city and bring it back to the light. You will now see my ultimate power. Armor change, go!
By the gods, he was voided away!
Armor Riser. There's nowhere to run. Confess your sins here and now, unless you want to face the full wrath of the Armored Riser.
Goodness gracious, what manner of evil is this?
Huh. Looks like you're asking for a walloping.
Guess I have no choice but to follow them.
Hey, we got a ceremony going on here.
Have enough yet? There's gotta be a way to beat this guy. So this is the true tiebreaker to end it all.
この勝負でお前の運命が決まるぞ。
In this epic card game to the death, I must win for the old lady.
この勝負の後、お前は終わり、俺の存在は永遠になった。俺の計画は完璧だった。なぜ負けた？俺の負けだ。
Another defeat for the forces of evil.
Yippee!
All in a day's work. Although today, the evil has been defeated, but it's still at large. The battle may have won, but the battle has
Oh,
not
by
yet
the
won.
12, will you be quiet?
Next time on Armored Riser. Episode 15, Smell of the Evil.
I need
I
the 13
have no
other
words.
episodes
Yeah,
right now.
At this exact second. I have no words. I have no words that could properly portray the emotions I am feeling. Wow.
That was
so good.
top tier. That was hilarious.
Now, I mean, Wrath, you're gonna have to find some words, but in the meantime, Sam, you seem to be into it. Tell us about your thoughts on this one.
I don't listen. This is the kind of show that I'd probably, as a kid, would wake up early in the morning or stay late up to watch with like my Reese's Puffs and just binge, like just wait for it to come on and then binge as much of it as I possibly can. This is so much fun seeing the creativity that came forth, but I mean the timings that came with the. Like fourth wall breaking and going back into Q when they were changing the character models and the voice acting that was top notch, like really capturing the essence of kind of like cheesy dubs, English dubs when they would come up back in the day. It was so perfect and I loved it.
Wrath, did you find any words to describe the experience that you just had?
I don't care that I'm not a judge. This one wins.
You heard it here, folks. The official Rat seal of approval.
All right, well, Wrath said this one wins. So, Cider, as much as I hate to say it, because, you know, we are coming up on our top 3 and our winners here, I guess maybe we just have to do away with all of them. And Wrath says this one wins, so I'm kidding. But, Cider, I do want to know what thoughts that you had as one of our official judges on this one.
Well, as you know, what Wrath says is law.
Yes.
So really, my thoughts don't matter at this point. But yeah, no, love the attention to detail on the intro and the outro, and the little gunblade cut-in effect was great. Absolutely love that. It really got the vibe it was going for of feeling like just a classic, Sentai style show, and the music really brought it together. I especially want to highlight the importance of voice acting. This is our first entry that we've seen so far today that has voices, and it really drives it home. You can tell the guys are really giving it their all with this, and it really shines through and really gave it that extra something. I very much appreciate all the humor that was added into this, and I just want to say, I'm not biased, but I don't know that Lala did anything wrong. I'm team Lalafell.
Absolutely biased.
I think the Lala deserved to win that triple triad game. I'd like to see the rules on that. I don't know, maybe I'd have to play it back, but what kind of game was that? Because I mean, if it wasn't plus same, then it doesn't count.
Yep. Now, we are coming up on our top 3, and because we still have screenshot contests to get through, we are going to watch these and give some concise thoughts as we go. But of course, these were our winners, so we want to make sure that they get their moment to shine. And in case anybody didn't know what our winners are going to be walking away with, here for the Machinima video contest, our 3rd place is going to be taking home 5 million gil. Our 2nd place is going to be taking home 10 million gil, and our 1st place will be walking away with 20 million gil, as well as a half-body piece of art from Frey. So this is a big one. There are a lot of things at stake, and we have our 3rd place winner that will be playing for all of you here right now. Now, this is an entry called Learning Experience, and this was sort of meant to mimic overall the feelings that we all had at the beginning of our adventures in this game, the kind of humor that can even be found in them. And as it was described, 4 mismatched adventurers take on a dungeon with all but one of them forgetting their role. So we'll pull this up right now and we will watch it. This is our 3rd place winner. This was submitted by Silverette Valentine and it's called Learning Experience.
Okay, ready check. Everybody good? Everybody good?
Yep. No. Hey, can anyone trade me some food? I'm hungry.
Can't trade items when you're in a What are you wearing?
Going to a costume party later.
Dressed like that.
I'm allowed to express myself, ain't I? Ugh, this is taking too long.
So, anyways, let's get a move on.
I'm going in right now! Come on, let's hurry up. Let's go. Hurry. Come on, go. No time.
But I'm the tank! Do you even know what you're supposed to do? Whatever. Guys, can you please pull back and let me take the lead? How are you even casting that fast? Ow! Healer? Can you rescue him away to the back, please?
No point.
What?
We're just outside the boss room. And don't worry, if anything goes wrong, I'll just use my benediction to save you.
What?
Which will be ready in about 5 minutes. Also, on an unrelated note, do you know how to put stuff back in your hotbar? Mine's full of dance emotes.
I should have just stuck with DPS cues.
Gods, you are ugly! Your mother must be so ashamed!
Actually, I'd say I'm one of the more handsome examples of my species, and if anything, you know,
I can't stand philosophical discussions about the nature of subjectivity.
Oh, come now. Reductive attitudes like that.
All right. Let's get a move on because there's no time!
Wait, why are we rushing anyway?
No time! So, does anybody know what to do here?
No, something to do with oil. What was it? What? Think.
I might not know a lot of things, like why I even need to use ice magic, but I do know one thing. I must kill! This way!
It's the other way, guys. Okay, this was a waste of time.
What are you talking about? If we're lost, we should ask for directions. Excuse me, sir, but would you happen to... So, anyways, I was wondering if you would know... I think we'll be fine just looking by ourselves. Agreed.
That was surprisingly straightforward.
Look!
At what?
Check the timer!
What are you talking about? Thank God this nightmare's finally almost over.
Get in, losers. We're not through yet.
Yeah, sure. Where did you find this car, Lancer?
Funny story. Hey, remember that big green olive guy?
Hit the brakes!
Brakes? Oh, right. It's one of these 2 pedals.
Hello? We're going to die!
Wait, I got it! This is gonna be awesome!
Hey, everybody. My name's Phil, and I'm here to be filling in for the game today. Hey, wait, the script says there was supposed to be What was I supposed to
You win! GG, guys, that went beautiful! No! Though, if I could offer some criticism, Tank, you should really communicate that you're still learning.
When I first started playing Final Fantasy XIV, I did the tank roll too, and that was just the best thing ever. Exactly correct.
So, Cider, I would really appreciate if you could defend that Black Mage real quick.
You want me to defend the Black Mage? Okay, take the
Yeah,
law
of
aside.
course.
Yeah,
of course.
Okay. Well, you see, the thing about Black Mage is, as you know, there's something called Enochian, and it only has a 15-second timer, and it runs out. So if you wait too long in between pulls, your Enochian's going to drop, and you don't want that to happen. So there's no time. There's no time.
Now, knowing that this is our Black Mage defense aside, knowing that this is our third place winner, Cider, since you were one of our judges that helped determine this, let me know why you picked this one and the rest of the judges kind of felt that this one was great to be here in our top 3.
So this, to me, I honestly love this video so much, because to me this is basically just like such a classic machinima. You know, this really brings me like right back to 2012, and I think that if a video like this had been produced in 2012, you'd probably see like 100,000 views easily. Yep. You know, like this is just, it speaks to me on such a level of just what machinima is and has been, just in that fun-loving nature of kind of just a really fun look at like how the game actually plays, and obviously like a little bit exaggerated for comedy, but you know, like there are actually dungeon runs that kind of go like this, and it's just done in just such a great way. You know, it's not super like overproduced or anything. It's fairly simple. All the effects are, you know, kind of mild, and it just like it does what it needs to do, and it really achieves, like it succeeds at pretty much every joke that it sets up, I think. And I don't know, just in a word, I guess nostalgic. I really love this, and I think that the person that made this should keep making more videos, because I think they'll do really well. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, I completely agree. Wrath, did you have any very quick thoughts to add on here at the end? We're going to have to scooch to our next one because we are coming up on a bit of a time crunch as we look ahead to our screenshots. But Wrath, did you have anything else quick to add? There's no time!
Yeah, just super quick. The other thing that I could say is that I was recently doing speedruns of Aurum Vale, and so it's kind of like I was the Black Mage for this one, but I was actually the tank, and I was dragging everybody and everything that has never actually done Aurum Vale through it. And, you know, we got the Sprouts that have never played it, but I'll acknowledge you will because you're going Mach 10. That was it hit home.
It does.
It's a good video.
Good video. Speaking of good videos, we have our second place winner, which is drumroll. Focus. Thank you. Oh gosh, don't knock over your PC. Careful. We have our second place winner, which is Focus Cloudy Focus by the wonderful Cloudy McDoom, who I know is here in the chat, and I have seen lurking around and commenting on everybody else's work and being so supportive. This is a wonderful video. I will let it speak for itself because I think it does so very well. But let's get it up on the screen.
Here because we love you and we care about your adventure progress.
Wait.
Listen, Cloudy, we're here because we love you and we care about your adventure progress.
Wait, I thought there was pizza.
Ugh, some of us are concerned that you might be deviating quite a bit from the MSQ.
Hold up. That's what this is about? You guys think I'm easily distracted? Really? I mean, what? It's just, you know?
Cloudy, look, it's not that you're lazy or unfocused by any means.
You know that's bullshit.
It's just that, well, you do tend to get distracted by certain assets on a regular basis.
But what about that pizza?
There is no f***ing pizza, Cloudy.
Why are you standing up? What you trying to get into?
All you ever do is talk about how legendary you are. Ugh.
I mean, I did beat Elden Ring, so...
Oh my god.
You know.
You're a trash adventurer who wastes all his time by flirting with NPCs.
Oh, okay, Erlu, please. Name one time you caught me flirting with NPC, baby. When I look into your eyes, I see a mixture of fear and enticement, thrill and excitement, which can only mean I must be giving you that heat when you're most discreet, girl. Don't be scared, baby, don't be scared. I'm a gun breaker.
Oh, god damn it.
I break guns. I don't remember that.
Yeah, but you've been on Stormblood for like half a year.
Oh, so that's what we're doing. Okay. It's gang up on Cloudy Day, right?
Cloudy, please.
Am I right? That's how it's going down? That's what we're doing? Right here? In the living room?
Cloudy.
Everybody gang up on Cloudy? That's what we're doing? It's Cloudy versus Squall?
Please.
Like, damn, just what am I doing wrong? Just tell me in one word.
You're a horn dog.
Come on, guys.
Just so everyone's on the same page, I'm gonna whoop Kaiju's ass before this is all over. All right? Like, it is officially on site, okay?
I got it. I know exactly how we're gonna fix you up, bro. Forget about all that stuff in there, dude. You're a great adventurer, and it's not your fault that you're a slave to the yams.
Did you just call me a slave, or are we gonna glaze over that?
So I'm thinking, All we gotta do is break and rebuild you, man.
Everyone in the house is just overreacting, okay? Like, I'm making story progress. I know this. And yeah, I might stop and spit a little game here and there. That just means I'm human. Or here, her. You get it?
Dude, trust me. When I'm done with you, getting distracted by ass will be a thing of the past.
But I love ass. Roundless, come on, man. Just chill out a bit. I'm fine.
Training begins tonight. First thing we gotta do is overload your senses. I'm not gonna lie to you. It'll be brutal. You're gonna wish for the sweet release of death. But she's never gonna come. Next is reflection. You're gonna look deep within and flush your mind of all manners of down badness, bro. Almost like a sexy laxative or something. Yeah.
No, seriously, did you call me a slave earlier? Because, like, I'm still trying to process that shit.
Last but not least, we're gonna beat your ass like you're joining a street gang.
Wait, what?
The blows will be heavy, and the pain is gonna feel endless. So we'll do it for hours until our arms get tired, and then we'll do it some more.
Crownless, are you dropping hints about BDSM or...
Before you know it, you'll be a sharpened dagger with unshakable focus. No amount of yams, cheeks, baddies, or feet will ever distract you again.
Oh, you know, I'm not really a foot guy myself, but I understand what you're saying. I got you.
So, how do you feel?
Ready as f***. Yeah, get some. Put some respect on my name. To this day. You better check the forecast. It's getting cloudy in this bitch. My focus is bad. Oh man, I guess they were right. Bring on the next main scenario quest.
Oh my god.
So there it is.
So there you have it.
Are we allowed to watch this? Is this okay?
I was told by Crystal herself, the patron goddess of LunarCon, that we were allowed to watch this. That we were allowed to. So.
Oh my god! Wow, that
was good.
Alrighty. You know what? I'd like to hear Sider's opinion, and let's keep going.
All right, let's do it. Yeah, I just want to say this one was like I'm not ashamed to admit this is my favorite. I was really rooting for this one. Man, just first of all, stellar voice acting. The voice acting was really, really good. They really knocked it out of the park. Absolutely sold it. It was great. The humor was there. Like pretty much every joke landed for me. I was really happy with that. I do want to say, like, if I have one criticism, it's that the ending is obviously staged because that many Femros have never been logged into the game at one time.
Don't say
That's
that.
like clearly fake.
We
They just don't
dream.
exist.
We can dream.
But if they did, it would be great. I wish they would. But yeah, no, I absolutely love this one. It was pretty much excellent in every way. It was a really, really tight script, great execution, and again, like fantastic voicing. Yeah, I like this one a lot.
I'm sorry, someone in chat is saying that you have a Femro Alt FC?
I do, because I'm trying to increase the Femro population.
I would
because
like
there's
to,
not enough of them.
I would like to contribute to this mission. I accept this quest. Quest accepted.
We're on Halicarnassus.
All right. Now, Sam, have you seen Femruganen before, and why are they the best? That's my question to you.
Well, I have now, and I think it is a damn shame that there aren't more, and that I agree with someone in chat. Hashtag increase the Femros. I think that needs to become a LunarCon hashtag now.
It does. Now, we do have one last one for all of you here. Our first place winner. This one, I mean, it was a hot contest between our second place, as you just saw, but this one really took the cake with some of its extra polish and touches. And while a lot of discussions about Machinima and, you know, where do we draw these lines kind of came up with this one, the just incredible polish, flair, and dynamic action of this particular entry really swayed the judges and took our first place. So for those of you who maybe have not been aware of all of our entries. The only one remaining is Bang, which was submitted here by Noob Adventurer of Magitech Productions. Congratulations on first place on the guild that you have won, as well as that custom piece of art. We're going to play this for all of you now, and our judges just praised this one a ton, so we will do the same when we get through it as well. I hope you all enjoy. Here we go. Bang by Noob Adventurer.
Listen up. It's time for the end of term exam. You all know how important this exam is. It will affect your overall grade. So, huh? Is that? Oh, of course it is. Oh, god damn it! How many times do I have to tell you to turn off your iCam mode?
Huh? What's going on?
What do you mean, what's going on? We're in the middle of a serious exam! Get your act together!
Yeah, alright.
Play the music.
Sheesh.
Anyway, the objective is simple. You pass if you claim another student's crystal within the time limit provided. The instructions are going to be sent to your interface along with the map of the field you will be participating in. Lose your crystal, you fail the exam. Oh, and try to limit the damage around the island if possible. You may now begin.
Paladin, huh? That defense is gonna be tough to handle. Though, why isn't he using a shield?
Not gonna shoot?
Yeah, well, it'd be easier if you just stand still, damn it! That was close.
Where did that come from?
No, this? From Gold Saucer. Good thing I did my weekly fashion report, cause... Oh, my. Got you.
Huh? The hell?
Yo!
Excuse me, Principal Light?
Come in.
The construction expenses are on par with our initial estimates, and the development of the new facilities is proceeding well.
That's good to hear. How about the rest of the island?
There have been a couple of incidents, but nothing to worry about. We're taking care of it.
And how much did those repairs cost?
Well, the cost of the repair alone is quite substantial, but we were able to handle them with our
Lori! I need to know the cost.
The cost is a grand total of 500 million gil.
Mr. Teacher, the island is on fire. Please send help.
Am I in hell?
No, sir, you're still on the island.
Why is it on fire? Wait, where's Jonathan?
Jonathan? Who's Jonathan?
Jonathan, my boy! Where are you? Where are you?
Sir, is that Jonathan over there?
Jonathan!
Jonathan!
And there it is.
Jonathan!
Our first place winner. Again, for anybody who didn't catch it, this is Bang, submitted by Noob Adventure of Magitech Productions. Now, Cider, why was this our number one?
Oh man, It almost goes without saying. It pretty much speaks for itself. But yeah, the editing and the effects on this were to such a degree that I wasn't even sure if it counted as machinima anymore. It was just absolutely an incredible production. I mean, like, just solid as far as like storyboarding goes, even if that makes sense, if that applies here. But you know, just the way that the shots were laid out, the way that everything was choreographed. I mean, it all flowed perfectly. Yeah, again, the camera angles and everything was really well chosen. The effects like really brought it to the next level. The voice acting was incredible, and yeah, it pretty much feels like you're actually watching like an anime, you know, like a proper show. And you know, you almost forget that you're not until the credits hit, and you're like, oh, this is just some wacky production that somebody made in FF14. So yeah, you could tell the people behind this really know what they're doing. They really know how to handle a production, and it's just an absolutely fantastic video.
Absolutely. Wrath, this was your first time seeing it. What did you think coming through it?
I like to pride myself in some of the editing work that I do. I could not do a single frame of that if I tried. That was insane.
Yeah.
Wow. That blew me. That was amazing.
Yeah,
that blew
unreal.
me away without question.
It's
you
unreal.
know, the bang, the giant explosion. I was caught up in that. I died in that scene.
Were you Jonathan?
No, I was Jonathan's friend.
Oh,
We don't
I
get
see.
to see him.
Well, our other judges also felt the same. We had Benedict G, who just said this was another banger for Magitech Productions. Superb voice acting, epic VFX. UI must have taken a lot of effort to make with all of the overlays, and mentioned that the Battle High School was a really interesting setting. And I mean, Pint also rated it incredibly highly in all aspects of its production. This was something that is, I think, was perfectly said, speaks for itself. The polish, the timing, the cuts, the voice acting, every aspect of it, so meticulous and so well crafted. So congratulations again to Bang, Focus Cloudy Focus, and Learning Experience, our top 3, and a special shout out as well to Bang for taking home that first place prize with all that gil and that custom artwork. Now we do have a screenshot contest as well that we need to do, and we have to move through it pretty quickly, but we want to make sure that we can show you all of the amazing screenshots that were submitted to us. So now for real, Wrath, I think we will free you if you desire to be freed. We're going to have DJ Luna K coming in here, and I believe Cider, you are also on the way out. You're both on the way out. I think we just have Luna coming in.
I didn't do screenshots, no.
Yeah. All right, so Wrath, Cider, thank you so much for your time. We're going to get Luna in here, but I appreciate you both so much for your thoughts and insights on all of these entries for our Machinima contest.
It was good to see you
it
come.
was an honor to be a part of it. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good.
Go.
Go ahead, you first.
Yeah, it was an honor to be a part of it. Yeah, here's to LunarCon, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Wow.
Woo, here's to LunarCon. And Cider, since we didn't have you do an outro earlier like we did with Wrath, is there anything you'd like to say before you go, or about anything else you're doing this weekend, or any of your own content before we head over to screenshots?
Most of my content sucks, but I got a panel coming up tomorrow. It's going to be at 4 o'clock Eastern. I should probably know the time. Sorry, I got a panel tomorrow. It's going to be like 4 p.m. Eastern Standard. It's on the schedule. You guys will find it. I'm going to teach you guys how to correctly play every single job in the game. And other than that, I'll be around the convention. Just a lot. I've been jumping in and out of voice channels and just all of that. So, yeah, I look forward to hanging out with you all.
Great. Thank you both again. Thank you, Wrath. I know you did your outro earlier, but really appreciate it. And everybody, please check out Cider, Spider, and Wrath games if you can. Now, Sam's going to be hanging around with me, but we'll have both of you step out. And Sam, what did you think about all that machinima?
Well, I felt like I was treated... I felt like it transported about 20 years ago, where I'm sitting there waiting for Toonami to come on, and I was just treated to a cavalcade of fantastic machinima. It was anime quality. That's what it felt like, and I am so fortunate to have been able to have watched that with you, Rook, and with Cider, and with Wrath, and all of the machinima artists worked so hard. The production values were out of this world.
Yes, absolutely. Now we have, as you can hear from the wow wow in the distance, we've got DJ Luna K here with us. How are you doing? Are you excited about these screenshots we're going to show here in just a second?
I am. I really am. I've had a couple of drinks since losing horribly, so I'm good to go. Let's do this.
Yeah,
Let's go.
The earlier game show, you've recovered from it. That's good. That's good at least. The drinks can help soothe it.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, we're going to hop straight into our screenshots. We have here a bunch of photos that were taken by all of you and many of our community, those of you who submitted, thank you so much. And if you didn't, again, a reminder, please submit. We'd love to see what pictures you can take. Now, these were all taken as vanilla as possible in game. There were a lot of restrictions on this that all of the screenshot artists had to adhere to make sure that everybody was on an even playing field in the sort of composition as well as the final polish of their pieces. So we'll get these up here on the screen for you right now. And I believe that our judges should be able to see them. Please let me know if you cannot for some reason.
Correct.
Great.
Yep. I see
Excellent. Great. Well, then let's go ahead and we are going to go through these. We're going to hit our runners up pretty quickly here. So as we go, please feel free. Give us little thoughts on each if you'd like. But the first one that we have here is Heidelin's Blade by Lunara Ray.
So
I like it.
I really like... Okay, you go ahead. Go first.
No. That was it. That's my one contribution.
Oh, okay. I mean, I like this one because the flooring draws the eye to the crystal, and there's a lot of soft, like, I don't know what you would call it, but like the soft lighting around the crystal itself and the character, and so it draws the eye directly to the crystal and the character.
It
also,
does.
the colors are really nice.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I like how it kind of creates that whole shape, for sure. Next up, we've got The Next Step by Risa Corfum. Sam, this one caught your eye.
It did catch my eye. I don't know. It's just the composition looks really cool. The black and white obviously is a pretty stark contrast, and I like it.
Yeah, it's very dynamic. It's very cool. Did you have any thoughts, Luna?
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing with Sam here. I really love the contrast, the black and white, and just the beam of light really draws your eye to the character, which is probably the main focus, and the silhouette of the Lalafell.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just really awesome.
Yeah, it's beautifully done and a great landscape sort of setting there as well. Next up, we have The Sky's the Limit by Yaro Shien. Sam, what do you think about this one?
I'm feeling a sense of determination, I guess you could say, but also mixed with Super Mario Sunshine vibes because they're looking at the sun.
Fair. Luna, what are your thoughts?
So this one actually brings me a sense of nostalgia because as a new player, I would constantly look at the sun just to see what kind of G-pose shots I could get. And then also, I really like how the clouds with their like kind of a hint of different colors kind of frames the image itself. So it's a really pretty image all around.
It is very dreamy, very beautiful, and it gives me a lot of vibes of that dawn we're looking forward to with Dawn Trail. Next up, we've got Stormbringer by Freya Vagis. What do you think about this one, Luna?
So, I'm actually kind of impressed with this one because there have been a number of times where I've tried to get like a shot with a lightning bolt, and it just takes so many attempts to get it. So I don't know how they got it on time, but I like it. It works really well, and also just the silhouette of, I assume that's either like a town or like a forest off in the distance, so I really like that.
Yeah, I think that's our mountain. That's Hell's Lid. That's the volcano. It's very cool. And you're right, it almost creates a silhouette that looks like a bunch of rooftops with the jagged peaks. That's very cool. Mm-hmm. Sam, how do you like this one?
It feels very primal to me, very instinctual, I guess you could say, especially with the lightning, the little mixture of nature going along with the sort of bedeviled look of the town or the mountain in the background is a very awesome photo.
Yeah, very cool. Love it. Very epic feeling. Next up, we have Distress by Manon Livre. Sam, what? You think this is funny?
Yeah, art imitates life, and that's what it feels like to me right now.
I mean, look, the world might be a little bit on fire. There might be some bad things, but just like Endwalker taught us, there's still a lot to hope for. We can make it through even the end of days. Luna, what do you think about this one?
I mean, art imitates life. I constantly see giant squids flying through the sky. So, I mean, am I going crazy? I'm not sure, but we're going to go with that. I like this one.
It's a great spot to get the picture, and it is definitely impactful when you kind of get to this point in the story. Next up, we have Entering the Void by Kiri Leofang. I'll let you kick us off on this one, Luna.
So I really like how there's this dark background, but you have these pillars of bright colors. You have the blue, the red, the yellow. They just draw my eye towards these like 3 pinnacle points, and I'm just like, oh, this is nice. And then there's the world behind it. I like planets. So yeah, this is a really good one for me.
Mm-hmm. Sam, any thoughts?
Yeah. The contrast of the colors is something that's really cool, and the title of the screenshot, Entering the Void, really does feel like we're about to enter into the next step of an adventure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of cool sort of composition in that one for sure. Next one we have is I personally love this title the most, Gay Awakening by Archaon Cephalus, which makes me very happy. And I mean, why not celebrate with the crystal, with Reed and Gaia and the story that we have with Eden? Beautiful location here and a very nice shot. I feel like it really embodies that kind of natural aspect. But Luna, what impression did this piece give you?
I just have to say that this was probably one of the more beautiful images that I've seen when I was going through the screenshots. Just the vibrancy of the crystal itself, and then the foliage. It just from the camera point of view all the way to the background, it's gorgeous. I just really love it.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. And I would say that the vibrancy of the crystal doesn't take away from the color of the rest of the photo as well. It just all works together so perfectly and goes to show, I think it's just perfect for what they're trying to convey.
Mm-hmm. Next up, What Once Was by Belly Moon. Sam, how do you like this one? What kind of a feeling does it give you?
A little bit of retrospective mournful, right? You're looking at something in the distance, especially with what we know going on here. The idea of something lost, but you have the memory of it in your heart.
Mm-hmm. And Luna, any thoughts? Similar feelings?
I'm kind of on the same track as Sam here. It just feels like something's lost, and you're just kind of reminiscing about it. And also just the foliage going up the tower. That's kind of one of my interests there. It's just architecture and foliage kind of blending together. So there's some organic aspects with the wavy spires going up, and I really like that as well.
Yeah. This one is great, especially when you think about all of the weight and context that this location carries. It definitely has that emotional resonance. And in a totally different feeling, we've got It's Morphin Time by Fionn Alcyone. This one featuring some of our recent gear that we had in game. It's very explosive. Would you agree, Luna?
Absolutely. I enjoy the multitude of colors, and I'm a huge fan of using the action lines. And so to me, that's just kind of like, I'm just going to go out and maybe put on my Morphin outfit, Razor wire's on right now. I'm going to put it on.
I'm ready to start chaos. This photo. Yep.
Chaos it is. After this, we've got a more peaceful one. We have Amidst a Sea of Stars by Aika Baltazar. Beautiful starscape here. I think this one has just such a lovely mood. Sam, what do you think when you look at it?
Simplicity at its finest, and it gives, once again, that sense of wonder. You're looking at a star-struck sky, and just like the stars in the sky, the stars in the eyes.
Yes. Ooh. Luna, you agree? Any other thoughts?
I do. I really like how it just speaks to me with like serenity, and then also the balance between the sky and the water itself, how they have it tilted. Just the water on the left balances the sky on the right, and it's just it's peaceful to me,
Next up, we have Reunion. We got that warm color palette versus the cool of the last one. This is by Nergui Quester, and features a lot of really eye-catching colors and some very cool composition. Luna, do you want to elaborate a little bit more on that?
So the steppe is kind of one of my favorite areas, and I just really like the aesthetic that it presents to us, and just the colors of the character's outfit on the left really just draws my eye. It's kind of like they're looking into somebody that's really important to them, and yeah, it's there's a focus of it. The character's looking at them dead on, and the colors draw your eye.
I agree. It also could belay to me personally a sense of nervousness that the warmth is trying to maybe distract. So I personally like this.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we've got a little bit of a perhaps romantic, perhaps not, perhaps just playful kind of vignette here with Summer Night. This is by Ariely Matora. And it is, I mean, just a nice, like, duo piece with the fireworks in the background, that kind of summery vibe, that sort of joy and happiness that you feel at festivals. What do you think about this one, Luna?
This one is actually really cute and adorable. I just love how, like, she's like, I don't want to say surprised, but kind of like expecting it, enjoying it, and feeling the embrace of someone that cares about her. And, you know, he's found somebody he really enjoys and loves. Also the angle, like I like the way they were able to fit them both in at like that angle, the background with the fireworks, the lighting. It's just adorable to me.
Yep, that evocative sense of back in the good old summer days, and regardless of whether or not they are a couple, you still get the sense that there's history, you still get the sense that there's comfortability, and the sense that there is warmth between the two.
It comes through for sure, and I think it's a great shot to kind of capture all of that in one picture. And talking about capturing a lot, even if the subject matter is a little, we've got Bakufu Elite that is done by Kari Kokoru. This is such a dynamic shot. It feels so much too like old samurai films with a kind of like vintage color palette. This one definitely caught my eye. How about you, Luna?
This one was one of the ones I really enjoyed seeing. Like you said, I have watched the old samurai films, and that's exactly what I was thinking when I saw this one. And I just really like the background. Everything just kind of like fits together in like that theme, and it was amazing for me. So
yeah, the way that this photo looks, it reminds me definitely of what you said, Rook, and Ghost of Tsushima, the game that was on PlayStation, and it was amazing. And I get the sense, that feeling of that from this photo.
For sure. Also, we had a little update in the chat. Ariely, that was in that couple picture that we had previously, says that those two have been married for 5 IRL years in game. That's so sweet. Congratulations. Okay. Next up, we have Where We Are Needed by Annabelle Stonebow. Sam, this one is a very cool action shot. What kind of hits you as you look at it?
I mean, it's obviously what it's saying, where they are needed, and this is obviously someplace that they're needed. We get that a lot, right, when we're going through the storyline as the Warrior of Light, and that's exactly what we're getting here as well. The charred battleground, they are fighting it out as best and as hard as they can.
Luna?
I absolutely enjoy the fact that you have the red fire on one side and the blue magic on the other. It kind of gives that fire and ice feel. You've got the light character in their light armor, the other character on the right in their reddish armor. Fire and ice, they kind of go together back to back. I love it.
Yes, there's a lot of those contrasts in the composition and the way they're kind of like framed around all of the spells and everything they're doing. It's just so well organized. Very beautiful shot. We have Protected Bliss next by Devonly Puff Princess, featuring a little bit of a sort of a calm lake, a magical sort of pond or lake here. Luna, what do you see in this piece?
Absolutely what you just said. There is some magic in this image here with those exotic plants, the colors, the Lalafell out. It looks like the Lalafell is kind of like walking on the water out there. And I feel like the sparkles in this air, the sky, excuse me, it just gives this evocative sense of like it's a magical, serene location.
I also like, too, how the flowers frame the Lalafell, and it kind of draws your eye to them, and I love the colors and the, magic.
Mm-hmm. And this is Under Crystal Light by Atra Boshen. Again, kind of contrasting color palettes here. We've gone warm to cool. Luna, what catches your eye with this one?
So right away, I'm seeing the crystal tower. It's guiding my eye downward to the character. And then you have the aura around the book, and it's you can't miss it. Your eyes are drawn to the character. I like the light colors versus the dark colors. They work well together. It's a really good piece all around.
Yeah, and it's also interesting too how the really only different color is that green, and so your eyes naturally gravitate over towards it once it's been drawn down by the tower itself. A really cool shot.
Great point, Sam. It's very eye-catching, and it does lead your eye along that direction. We've got a much more intense, dark, ominous feeling. In this one, this is A Night in Pandemonium by Solomon Bishop. Luna, anything of note about this one?
The theme does not change. You have the nightmare behind, you have the nightmare armor. This is just nightmare, and it works.
It kind of sums up how I'm feeling, honestly. Just nightmare all around.
Dark, intense. I love it. It definitely captures it, and the glamour is so on point. A little bit of an epic hero moment coming in, though, to contrast some of that ominous, perhaps villainry, even. We have here a piece called Hereafter by Saren Nianthi. Luna, what are your thoughts?
My first thoughts are the colors. I really like the multitude of colors. The crystal kind of does a really good job of balancing the left side with the right side. And then there's just the action scene. Like, action shots are always cool, so this is a really good one, I think.
Yeah, I agree, and you wonder what the story is going on here, and what exactly has led to this moment. It's really the action shot amazing.
It is, and to get this exact pose in that fight, that is not easy. So well done on getting such a brilliant shot fighting against him. And the last of our runners up before we announce our top 3, we have Dancing with Your Ghost by Chioru. I think it was Takagi. Yes, Takagi. Luna, give us a little bit of info on this one.
So this one I feel it kind of tugs at your heart because you're dancing with a ghost, and it's old timey. It gives you like a sense of the past. There's loss, obviously, because you're dancing with a ghost, and it does a really good job with the lighting. So the lighting on the right really works with the lighting on the left, which is almost negligent in my terms here. So it does a really good job balancing it out as well. But yeah, it kind of tugs at the heart, kind of like an old nostalgic scenario right there. Yeah.
Yeah, the vignette does a really fantastic job of it. And also with the ghost being in the white, you look at them and you immediately know what's going on here. And the emotion that's being evoked, even though you see a hint of a smile, it's a bittersweet.
Mm-hmm. So that's going to bring us to our top 3. So our third place winner is going to get 5 million gil, as well as a little mini piece of artwork by Candy the Doodles Prince. Our second place winner is going to get 10 million gil, plus a little gummy style artwork by Candy the Doodles Prince. And our first place winner is going to walk away with 20 million gil and a detailed chibi style, fully colored artwork by Candy the Doodles Prince. So our third place winner, which we will reveal now for all of you, is Strike True by Kyle McNeese. Luna, would you like to give us some insights into why we picked this as the third place winner?
Absolutely. This one, the details of the art behind the character just really stood out to me. I mean, look at the intricacies. It's just amazing, and I really loved it. And like the action shot, we've got an action shot again. There's the aura around the spirit cell, that blue haze. The character is not over the top with their action pose, but you can see everything clearly. The colors don't like wash each other out, I feel. You're easily drawn to the character from like where the blue light is hitting it from the sides, and your eyes are drawn to like the character itself from the spear. I think it does a good job balancing the image out with the lack of the detail on the left and then the intricacies of it on the right. So I really love this one here. This was one of my favorites.
I can't say anything more than what we just had. That was a very good explanation on what I was thinking as well with this screenshot, Rook. And I mean, a very beautiful screenshot.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely gorgeous. Very, very striking. And our next one, our second runner-up, or second place, I should say, is The Strength to Slay a God by Coral Fullman. This is an incredible piece. I was so excited to just get to this piece immediately. I mean, all of our top 3 are gorgeous. This one is definitely a heavy hitter of a screenshot, though. And I mean, it looks like he's going to actually hit Ifrit hard with his book as well. But Luna, would you like to share why we picked this, or why the judges, I should say, picked this for second place?
So this one really has some fantastic color to it. The contrast between the dark and the fire is just, in my opinion, it's amazing. You can't get really any better than that. You have the Ifrit kind of bordering on the left, you have the flame on the ground bordering on the right, and then you have the character actually balancing it out in the top right corner. And the two that are glowing, you know where the enemies are, or yeah, they're the opposing forces are. You have the flame coming out of the mouth with Ifrit, you've got the glowing book, and then you have like the center. I don't know if that's the moon or not. I don't usually look up, I'm usually dead. But I really like how it just centers the image. It's their meeting point. That's where they're clashing. And this image all around just kind of like, it's really awesome. It's fantastic.
Sam, any further follow-up on this, or are you just in awe of this?
I really am. Like, the more you look at it, just the more amazing it gets. And I just, these action shots, the way that they're really starting to sort of evolve as we've gone on through the screenshots, this one is definitely the peak so far. I can see why it's at second.
Yes, definitely well-deserved for all of our top 3. And that'll take us to our first. So our big winner, our first place here for the screenshot contest of LunarCon 2023 is a piece called Teamwork Makes the Dream Work. This is by Siren Raven. And we had a little bit of other information I'll share from one of our judges, but Luna, why is this the #1, our top screenshot for LunarCon this year?
So this one, I believe, was actually one of my favorites because look how busy it is, but you can still see the characters. They're working together. They're with the Loporrits. The image is colorful. It's not like outlandish or anything. And I think it evokes what Final Fantasy XIV is really all about, you know? I believe this was a static. So teamwork is super important here, and they're doing what they do best. They're working together. This is what Final Fantasy XIV is about. It's fun. It's teamwork. It's hanging out with your friends. And I think this image here really reflects that. I love it. It was my favorite of them all.
Yeah, all of the colors, everything going on here, like you said, but it's still able to be understood. The story is still able to be told, and it's got Bob Ross. You can't go wrong with
There is a Bob Ross there.
There is a Bob Ross there. Yes, one of our other judges, DJ Limit Break, mentioned the fact that they really enjoyed the Bob Ross nod, but they also just thought it was all very cute. It was very clear what all of the characters were doing, and that the bright, vibrant colors helped the image with the playful atmosphere it invoked, along with the interaction of the two characters in the lower left-hand corner, where there's kind of that interplay that we can see even with the Loporrits there. So really just integrating everything into it. This was our #1, and it has taken the spot for us, and it does go to show that particularly in a game like 14, we can accomplish so much more together than we can as individuals, and it's always amazing when we can come together, whether it be for things like LunarCon, or it be for things like these contests to show our creativity, our passion, or even to tackle those hard fights, or just have a good time hanging out with your friends in game. So congratulations again to Siren Raven, who submitted this piece, Teamwork Makes the Dream Work, which is our #1 here for the screenshot contest. Now we're going to go ahead and take these off, and we have delayed you too long here with all of this incredible creativity. We have a very fun activity. Speaking of things that just make the dream work, we've got some music that's going to make your dance work that's coming up that has already gotten started over on Razor Wire's channel. So we are going to send everybody over to DJ Razor Wires, but very quickly before we do, DJ Luna, would you like to let everybody know a little final thoughts, final words, a little bit about yourself before we head over there for the raid?
So I am the owner of the Blue Makote over on Goblin Crystal. We've been there for about 4 years now, and then also I've been in the RP and creative scene of Final Fantasy XIV since about 2018 with different Bard events and whatnot. And I'm also the co-founder, along with Limit Break, for the Eorzea Dream Fest, which is a DJ festival taking place in November. So there's going to be 50 DJs, 50 hours of nonstop music on Twitch. So make sure to stop on by. Other than that, that's me. I've been here for a long time. I hide in the shadows.
I mean, we're glad. We're glad. It's always a comforting presence knowing that you're in the shadows, ready to spring some cool creative project on everybody. So,
I lurk there so you don't have to.
Keep doing what you do. Keep lurking. But, Sam, I know you're going to be doing a lot more over LunarCon weekend as well. Would you like to shout anything out before we do this raid?
Well, we're going to be starting back up tomorrow at, I believe, 9 a.m. Pacific time or 9:30. Yeah, 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. So we're going to be doing the LunarCon auction. I'm going to be starting that off. It'll be hosted by me, and Lermy and Tiki will be joining me for the LunarCon auction. And, of course, a whole host of crazy things that are going to be happening, including the Bethan and Colin Q&A interview with, of course, the voice actors being Alice and Alphino. So that is something that I think everyone is going to be looking big time forward to, so make sure that you hit that follow button, get notifications so when we go live. And also, Rook, with $3, $3 away.
I was just looking. We are so close to $4,000 raised for Extra Life, everyone. This is the first year that LunarCon has been raising money for charity, and all of you are bringing that goodness that you want to see in the world directly to this organization. Thank you so much. Let's see if we can crack 4K before tonight. We'll run you through all the donation incentives and everything tomorrow, but for now, we gotta send you over to party the night away. So we're gonna get this raid going here, and for all of you who might not have heard who I am today, I'm Rook, or Rookery. It's been wonderful getting to host these last handful of hours, as well as being around for the opening ceremonies. We will be with you this weekend as you continue to enjoy your adventures in Eorzea and beyond, but please have a wonderful LunarCon. I just don't want it to end. I'm just going to keep drawing it out and doing Play-Doh speak. Have a wonderful LunarCon, and check out the schedule for all of the other events. We have tomorrow and Sunday still ahead of us, so be sure to get involved in whatever way, or let us keep you company here on Twitch if you're working or AFK. As it is, we're going to go ahead and get this timer rolling here on the raid. Join in, go hang out. Razor Wires is going to be doing a DJ set, is a little bit into it here. We appreciate all of you so much for tuning in, for donating to this amazing cause, and for being a part of LunarCon 2023. I think the raid's going to kick in here soon, but everybody have a wonderful night. And Sam, Luna, what are you most excited about? Any other thoughts for this weekend?
$4,000!
Whoa!
I want to see us hit 9999999. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of nines here. Let's hit 9999999
But you, Rook, real quick, before we hit the raid, give us everything.
Oh gosh, everything? I mean, LunarCon is everything. Thank you all for hitting us with 4K raised for Extra Life tomorrow. Don't miss that panel, our first ever official voice actor appearance at LunarCon. Tune in for it. The end.
Yeah! We did it.
We survived. Let's party.
All right.